What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Our Streamers Cheaters. Today we are going to be talking about a Twitch TV streamer who is called INF4NITIZ or INF4NITIZ. I'm not sure, it's got number 4 in there. I'm going to put it as an A, maybe. Anyway, this guy is in the INF4NITIZ $10,000 invitational tournament as we speak. And this guy's gameplay seems to be very suspicious. I've actually been sent a video by NitroLukeDX and he's given me permission to use it within this video, which actually has footage of this guy looking very suspicious. So we're going to take a look at that, as well as something that I've sourced out myself. If you do enjoy this video, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And don't forget, guys, to follow me on Twitter at BadBoyBeaman. This is the best place for you guys to contact me about any streamers, no matter how big or small, if you believe they are cheating. Right, let's crack on with the video. Okay, so as always, guys, we've come across to his channel. As you can see, he's live now. He's currently in the INF4NITIZ $10,000 invitational tournament up against some of the biggest Call of Duty Warzone streamers that we all know. Anyway, he's got 2.6k followers. Let's take a look at his about section. Lithuanian, 20 years old, played CSGO as a semi-pro, and now onto Warzone. Well, CSGO, yeah, okay. Let's take a look now through some of his past broadcasts, okay? I want to see whether or not this guy uses a webcam.
Them kids are coming.
No webcam.
The fucking kids behind us.
3 hours in, no webcam. Oh. That ain't him. That's him spectating Lennon. Okay, so this guy doesn't stream with a webcam, okay, in his past broadcasts. Let's check another one out. 1 hour 48 long.
Maybe over.
Let's go towards the end. No webcam. Once again, you go through his previous streams and there's absolutely no webcam on any of them. Oh, wait there. We've got a webcam on a previous stream here. A hand cam, okay? Why would you have a hand cam? Okay, unless you've been accused of cheating, you would not have a hand cam. 6.6 KD. UK number 3 for KDR. So he's had a hand cam, okay? I can't see any past broadcasts with his face on show. So this is one where he's actually got his monitor on show. And as I've mentioned, guys, having your monitor on show doesn't stop aimbot from being used, okay? Because aimbot isn't visual unless you see it snap, unless you see him locking onto people. It's not a visual thing. So for him to have his monitor on show wouldn't actually prove anything against aimbot, but it would against wall hacks if it's his only monitor. And I actually think you can see a monitor next to it as well. Yeah, that looks like a monitor there. Already shot one out the sky. He was going for the second. Now this guy plays on keyboard and mouse, okay? You can see all the buttons here, keyboard and mouse. Based on that first parachute shot where he actually downed the guy, there seemed to be some sort of aim assist in that to me. There are so many times I've had to explain in the past to you guys watching and other people on Twitter and things like that aimbot doesn't always have to be on. So somebody could literally use aimbot in the final circle, or they could toggle wall hacks on in the final circle, or anything, okay? It's key binded to a certain button, and if you press it to come on, it's on. If you press it again, it goes off. And it's that simple. So like some kills may or may not look sus. Like that one to me then, that looked like it had aim assist. Like a little bit of a strong aim assist, but again, the guy's on keyboard and mouse. And there is something else I'd like to point out to you now as well. And it might be nothing, it might actually be to do with a setting on OBS Studio or anything. However, if you remember rightly, we watched Bearded Banger recently. And this is a guy who was clearly locking onto heads without fail. And he had this white line across the bottom of his stream. And you can see it on this guy's stream as well. Okay? But what you can actually see within that white line, and I know it's very vague, it's very like faint. But as he's moving around, you can see like bits of blue and red showing up. So what if that's actually an overlay of wall hacks that's causing that line at the bottom, but it's actually hiding it from the monitor that's on show because he's using another monitor.
Like analysis.
Because we don't know whether or not he's actually sitting in front of that monitor that we can see. We can't tell if he's sitting in front of it. He could be facing behind a camera on a completely different computer and have it mirrored through a capture card to that. So we need to be paying attention now to this guy's sort of whereabouts, whether or not he knows where they're going, whether or not he can see enemies before he should be able to. Any sort of tracking through walls, anything of the sort. But they seem to be at a fast-paced movement, like they're moving around the map like God level, yeah? So they're pushing hard, they're pushing fast. They're not stopping for much. Okay, so guys, this is actually him now live in the Mina Mendes $10,000 tournament. As you can see, he's got his monitor on show on his webcam, which is something that he doesn't usually do. Doesn't usually have a webcam. So at this point, how can we determine whether or not he's actually old enough to enter? How can we determine if it's actually him playing? You know, there's no webcam to prove. There should be a rule to have a webcam showing who you are on live stream if you are playing in a $10,000 tournament. However, I will say, every time I see somebody showing their monitor on webcam or a hand cam showing their mouse and keyboard, it means that they've been accused in the past. So we're going to be paying attention now in this live tournament, live right now as we're watching, on some of his kills, okay? He's already on 12 kills. Oh, he's dead. Is it dead? Let's see how he gets on in this gulag anyway. Okay, maybe he's sat in front of that monitor.
This most wanted's a bit weird, you know.
Don't.
Every
If he's
time I
weird.
get close to him, he gets in the tree.
Did you see the way he knew he was on the right side then? Without seeing him walk across to the right side. Didn't see him move that direction whatsoever. And he still knew his location.
Yeah, I'm fucking losing this shit, bro. Okay, never mind.
There was not a moment in that gulag where he didn't know where the enemy was. Even when he wasn't visible. That's how it appeared to me. What do you guys think of that? Let me know in the comments below.
Let's say, bro.
I've been stunned, mate. Double.
Fuck.
No, man. Dead. Two.
Okay, so we popped that UAV at a perfect time there.
Big kills.
He knows that guy's got a sniper. You saw the glint then, so he's rotating back round. Good move.
Try and fire out.
But whoever green is going to push for the kill, and obviously it's a 2v2 kill race, so that's the last thing he wants. Keeps having a little sly look to the left there, even though the guy's up on the UAV.
All good, bro. All good.
24 to 18 right now this game, so we're up 12, right?
Yeah.
And the other guys on the other team got the kill.
Nice.
Very sticky aim, considering he's on keyboard and mouse, don't you think?
Oh, fuck you, motherfucker. Had a bag in.
And again, he's down. So I'm going to say it as it is, right? This guy seems to have some level of assist with his aim, with his shooting. That shouldn't be happening on keyboard and mouse.
It's free, guys. Then.
Okay, so the way in which his aim is sticking to enemies, to the centre chest as well, it just doesn't sit right with me when he's on a mouse and keyboard. Can anybody else explain that? What did he call aim assist on keyboard and mouse? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so guys, we've taken a look at his videos, we've taken a look at his channel, we've taken a look at him while he's been live. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to show you some clips of Nitro Luke actually explaining some of INF4NITIZ clips where his aim just seems to be a little bit off, okay? Which again, as I've said, he shouldn't have any level of aim assist due to being on keyboard and mouse, but he seems to have that. And Nitro Luke DX explains all in these clips. Let's take a look now.
Okay, so these clips are some examples of Toggle aimbot and Toggle wall hack. He's also played against me in public lobbies, always snapping, locking on, and I've even played with my old team. Some of them used to say that he was a hacker because he's been banned from one tournament 5 months ago and he's been on the sus ever since. For example, this is a quick clip.
Right.
Instantly tries to shoot through the walls with tracking, and he says,
So if I do that shit again, I'm gonna get shadow banned. There's a guy down here somewhere.
so he's actually always doing sus stuff like that. That is the first clip. There is a plethora of different clips. This guy will obviously be defended by the sweaty wager groups because unfortunately that's just the way how it is. But if I was to go to another clip and show you just before what he was doing here with the car, yeah, it's very snappy. You see that little, there's one snap, there's another snap there, yeah, and he can't actually see all the players definitively. And I believe you can see how he turns around. There's no marks, there's no UAVs.
I did tell you.
Boom. He's already just fucking, like, you see? So that then sort of like combines that two clips right there. You continue on to another clip. I mean, no offense, but okay, feel free to watch more about it. But if that was me, he just kind of knew he was there. You know, he walked from the dustbin all the way over, and that would be to me toggle walls. But that's just a little example. Let's continue on a little bit further so I don't bore the shit out of you. This one, feel free to click through that and have a look more, but I'm going to show that towards the end. Let me just skip here. Here's another one where he snaps and turns. You think it's a turn on, but he's also not got aim assist because he's mouse on keyboard, so it's even more easier to identify toggle aimbot and toggle wall hack.
He's right.
And then bang. Yeah, you know, like you know, and I know that there's amazing cracked players out there, but it's
okay. I'm just going to pause it there for a second because Nitro Lucas just made an absolutely valid point about the aim assist again. Keyboard and mouse players do not have aim assist whatsoever. Yes, if you use controller on PC, you will get levels of aim assist, but even aim assist that's built into Warzone is not as strong as what we've just seen in that clip. Very valid point again by Nitro Luke. I would have spotted that myself with one eye closed, two hands behind my back, hopping on one leg. That's how obvious that was to me. What do you guys think of this so far? Let's carry on.
Toggle, and it's very obvious that this guy is using it. And the reason why I want to give further evidence is if you have played Call of Duty and you use the weapon that he has in hand, you tell me, honestly, how accurate... I'll find it at one point. You tell me that gun that he has right there does that amount of accuracy. The gun doesn't do that. Yeah, I played it enough to know that. So there's another one. Continuing on. This is another prime example of him shooting through stairs and whatnot. And yes, he's got a hand cam, if you just want to know, which proves fuck all. Yeah, continuing on.
Again, like I've said, doesn't prove anything.
There could be some pings. Yeah, you could say that's a for fast snapping everywhere, but continue on. Boom. Boom. Tracked on the left and went back. I'll watch it one more time, okay? Watch it one more time. The way it tracks and flows back straight away. Yeah, it's your choice to believe that or not. Let's just go one more time. I'm sorry that the fucking Twitch thing is so difficult. But if you watch this... Boom. Boom, boom. Yeah? And that is, again, a snap. Continuing on. Watch this. Snap. He's even tracked through the door just a tiny bit. Boom, boom.
But what you've got to notice within that clip is the smoothness within the flick, okay? So it goes to the left guy and it almost seems to slow down towards the end and flick back. Has like a sort of magnetic effect pullback to the original guy he was shooting at. Because if you are using aimbot and you aim at one guy and say you have a set to down player, say you down that guy but another guy runs in and you are still aiming at that guy, whatever your aimbot toggle is, if you have toggled it on, even if you try and move away from that enemy, it will have like a magnetic pullback to the original enemy you were aimed at, unless you toggle the aimbot off and then toggle it back on onto the new enemy who's pushed in. Now you can imagine in that sort of situation, two of them appear, you don't think fast enough to toggle off and on and off and on and off and on and flick and okay, so that's what's happened there. That's what I believe's happened, is that he was shooting the original guy toggled on. The second enemy's pushed in from the left side. He's tried to swipe over to him with a flick, but obviously not toggled off in doing so, so it's whipped back to the original enemy. I think Nitro was bang on with that one again. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below.
Watch this. Snap. He's even tracked through the door just a tiny bit. Boom, boom. Then this is where it gets super sus. You thought that was enough? Keep going. Yeah, he knows where this guy is. Watch. Boom. And yes, there's a UAV. But, you know, all that added together, bit of BS. Especially when there's no UAV prior and whatnot. But continuing on, we could argue that one, that little bit there with the M16, but we continue on.
Yeah, I'd say with the UAV there, I wouldn't have called that as wall hacks.
Is a little bit longer. Hopefully it's not as pixelated as this. And he's also been called out many times as well. So he knows where the enemy is. This is not necessarily walls or anything, but, you know, or you would know, but because there's a bounty. This, by the way, the part where he's getting all... You see that? You see that fucking snap? He didn't even acknowledge that the person was even there. Yeah, and he also knows where all of them are. Now, there's no UAV. Yeah, so there's no definitive pinpoint spot, right? And because it's toggle, right? It's not at every...
As Nitro Luke was trying to explain it, that first enemy pushes out. He didn't know he was coming out, apparently, but still snapped to him straight away and killed him. And then he looks back up towards the top of hospital roof to the exact point the enemy peeks over the edge. Okay? And then there's another little delay between, and then he goes and peeks back up again to the exact point, which was a different point to the first one, where the enemy was again. Okay, so both times he knew where the enemy was going to peek from the roof of hospital. Both times, that's twice. And in the middle of it, he actually killed the guy who come rushing at him. Let's carry on.
Instant second. So they could play a little bit legit and then click it or foot pedal it and then straight away. But if you look at it, yeah, and you watch his gameplay, it's so fucking like he pinpoints every single thing. He also, with the toggle aimbot, he'll never shoot them in the dick or the leg or the pinky toe or the knee or the arm. It's always every shot that he possibly does straight to here. Yeah? Yeah? Alright, and you could see that the snapshot's always... By the way, when it goes to snap, it doesn't sit there permanently. It can wiggle, but it snaps here.
Okay, let me just say, a lot of guys who come in my comments understand cheats quite well, so let me explain to you guys who don't know. Nitro Luke was talking about how it hits this section here and how it can wiggle about. That's down to the aim speed and the aim smoothness settings set up on this person's aimbot. So if you have them set up right to make it look more humanized, you know, as we mentioned earlier in one of the clips, there was a magnetic pullback to the center chest, okay? And that's the exact same thing. The enemy's moving too fast for your aimbot speed. If they then stand still after moving too fast past you, it will catch up to them, okay? So it's exactly what it's doing in amongst that enemy moving about, okay? So if the enemy's falling to the floor, it will wiggle up and down a little bit, but eventually it will always end up straight back at center mass, center chest, and that is the point Nitro Luke was trying to make there. Okay, so it's all depending on the settings the person has set up on their cheats, and it's so hard to explain to you guys every cheat. I've tried on numerous different cheat engines. I've tried showing you guys in about 5 or 6 different videos, but obviously they're a lot older now, so some of you may not have seen them. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll drop the links for them in the description below. If any of you guys want to understand a little bit more about how cheats can look humanized, about how cheats can look like absolute aimbot, headshot, it's all in them videos. Let's carry on watching Nitro now.
Every pinpoint, and there's no UAV. Now, still no UAV. But he knows all the pinpoints. Yeah, and you collate all of that together, and if you think that that's legit, then by all means, it's going to be interesting. I've played with a lot of crack players. Yeah. Again, no UAV, but he knows pinpointingly where every single player is. You know, who waits there? Do you know what I mean? He gets outgunned, but that means fuck all because you could have toggle. Do you understand? Yeah, but it's funny how he knows that. And that might have not even been toggle aimbot. That might have been toggle walls on that particular equation. Yeah, but there is a lot of scenarios. Look, he even stunned the guy. Still no UAV, no pings. Yeah, could have heard him. Could have. Look at his trajectory. No pings, and he's not talking. No comms. No comms. Look, watch this again. Watch this again. Yeah, watch this one more time. Wait, let's watch this bit. You see that snap? Holy crap. Yeah, you see that? Boom. All right, that there could have been a legit one in that particular little aim there. Everyone's done that. But you see, just before where he knows this, watch this.
What I want to say is that with Nitro saying that could have been a legit one, this one's sus, there's a snap in that one, okay? Yes, you can toggle, but also, right, sometimes, even with aimbot on, but if your crosshair is placed perfectly over the enemy in a position where you're going to aim to, i.e. center chest, then it's not going to lock onto them, it's not going to snap onto them, and the time to kill is going to be very fast, so it will look like just an absolute laser, it will look natural. Even if this guy makes it look humanized, it is still looking like aim assist, okay? Because that's essentially what humanized means. It means that the person using aimbot is trying to make it look like aim assist, just a little bit stronger, to give them that little bit more of an advantage against other people. However, if you're on keyboard and mouse, you do not get aim assist. Let's carry on watching.
I won't talk. I'll let you just hear the audio. And look, they don't communicate. They just know where the enemy is. There's no audio either. Right. This one's fine. The next one is not. Yeah. Shoots through the bin. Yeah. And what makes no sense, yeah, is that he didn't even see the enemy. He shot the bin and there was no enemy there. Right? And he didn't mistake it because this guy's so amazingly cracked. He's so good. He will not make that mistake, right? And he instantly shot the bin.
As Nitro's saying, he didn't see the enemy there, didn't hear the enemy there, but there was gunshots coming from that enemy.
Cracking, and he could see it. He could see the enemy, but the enemy was behind the wall, right? And if I was to show you, so we're at 24625. Yeah, if I just go back, just here, you'll see the bin again. Watch him shoot the bin. Watch him shoot the bin. He's already pre-aim. Boom. Yeah? And it locked where the bin... But he doesn't see the guy.
I hit him with a Molotov.
Yeah? And then a little wiggle snaps. You know, there you go.
He was pushing out and turning left. And then he sees the bullets coming from that way anyway. And just starts firing where he thought the enemy was. However, he shoots at the bin, which is in front of the building. Because at that point, the enemy's behind the building. So he's shooting directly at where the enemy's location is. Rather than where you would expect him to be on show. Okay, so he's shooting at him where he's in cover, whereas any normal player or good player, top level player, would jump out and shoot in the direction where it's visible. Okay, you wouldn't shoot at the wall, you wouldn't shoot at the bin. Okay, but what this guy has done there, in my opinion, is show that he knows the exact location of that enemy and shot at that direction. That's my opinion on it. There is definitely something stronger than aim assist going on at times within his gameplay, and there is definitely great game awareness without communication between the teammates. Let's carry on watching.
What I'm trying to say is do I think this guy has permanently aimbot on? No. I think he has toggle aimbot. I think he has toggle wall hack. I've also gone up against him myself. I can vouch that he's actually played in a particular way which is sus. My old teammates would call him out for being sus and the fact he got kicked out of an org and whatnot. Now, since most of them hate my guts, it wouldn't surprise me if they'll do everything in their power to try and say that this guy is legit. Yeah. It also Warzone companion app, right? This will only be a minute long, but the Warzone companion app is very accurate. There are two things to identify whether or not someone has aimbot or wall hack. Aimbot, for the stupid ones, tends to be the fact that they've locked their aimbot app to the head, right? Most people get away with it and they have about 25 headshot ratio, which is kind of normal because they do it by the chest. But where they go wrong is the damage ratio. So when you're in the lobby with this particular person and you go into the Warzone companion app, you will see their KDR. Now, KDR is not KD, even though it does stand for kill death ratio. KDR on the Warzone companion app works by damage ratio and recent games, right? Honest to God, has a red suspect 6.5 plus KDR, which instantly screams walls. A 4.5 onwards is that marker, but a 4.5 onwards is instantly walls, okay? And you could definitively do that by checking all stats. If you look at the Warzone companion app, I've got loads of people banned before in the game, and I can 100% tell you confidently that I believe that this guy is not legit. You can make your own decision. I thought I'd share you my evidence. By all means, it's your decision.
We're going to go and check out another clip now, guys, of Nitro actually talking to this guy in a lobby. Let's go and check it out now.
You got me blocked, mate, I think.
Well, that fucking yeah. Well, there you go. Because all right, I would have never said that, but fair game, right? Okay, what is in fact, how do I actually have you blocked? Because I've unblocked loads of people as of recent, loads.
I am not sure, mate.
That'll be interesting. I really do hope that we have not got you in the block list here, because I definitely did block you in the past, but I've unblocked a shitload of people.
You gotta remember.
Yeah, there you go. Twitch
My name
Infinite.
is Twitch Infinite. Yep, that's the one.
You know, the only reason why I say this, right? Yeah, and being quite honest with you, is that I think I remember playing against you the other day. Yeah. And this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be an interesting moment. The reason why I say that is that I block 100 people, right? Pretty much a week, right? And that's the truth, because I get about 40 of them banned, right? 40 of them banned. Yeah. But I would have played against you in this week. We've come in each other's lobby on Monday or Tuesday, and you're on my block list. So I'm just throwing that out there, and I don't actually block people unless they're in the red. So I'll be interested to see. I
understand why you would think I'm hacking, so no way, mate.
That's right.
I understand your point. Here we go. Joining your game.
Ah, brilliant. Okay. Alright, so obviously we know that this is his main account, because he was fucking blocked. When he was fucking blocked. Right, here we go. Right, let's go in. Let's have a look. What I need to do is I need to figure out the timing of when I blocked you, because I want to know definitively as well. That'll take me a while.
I'm not sure. I don't remember running into it.
Yeah. I play about 12 hours a day, chat. So like, I go up against a lot of games, and there's like, and what I do is I block. Yes, Spencer. I block guilty by association. So as well, like if there's someone on their team that's like red and they've got the 50-80% headshot ratio or something, I'll then block the 3 mates. So usually if there's one. Right. Let's have a look then. So it says here that you have a 5.1 KDR. And a 21% headshot ratio. So, in KDR terms, that is wallhack over 4.5.
4.5.
If it goes 4.5, so what I'm saying is that you're on the list, yeah. And I'm not being a dick. I can see it with my own eyes. I've gone up against you. I've blocked you multiple times, as you know, and I'm not again trying to be a dick. But you have a 5.1 KDR. And that right there, look at this real quick. Again, let me give you a bit more information about this, right? So if you look at the hackers as well that have a 55% headshot ratio, right? Their KDR, that's a 15, right? That's absurd. 55, that's an extremist aim.
That's against all, yeah.
Yeah. Then you've got a 9.8, right? Which is absurd with 52. You've got a 4.5 with a 32. He's actually walls and aimbot because of that together right there. But then we've got you at a 5.1 KDR. And then you've got regular normal sort of players. You've got a guy like, for example, EMR 4.2. That's on the sit. You know, you've got Lennon. He's on a 4.4. He's a cracked player. Your Jukesy, I think, is on a 4.2 or a 4.3. And then there's and KDR is based on damage ratio, and it's based on it's based on this data. And right there, honestly, without being a knobhead, and I've played against you before, that is walls.
Oh, like I said, I could run that more sanity shit. I can run the monitor cam to prove that I'm not hacking, because I do not use walls.
Yeah, I've heard it all before. I mean, we're not going to argue about it. We're not going to argue about it, but I've heard it. I've heard it all before. Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, I'm going to stick to my guns and say that I don't believe it's legit. But that's on me, you know, and I appreciate you coming into the game. Yeah, I don't know if that helps you. In fact, I don't know if that did help you at all in your case. But I can assure you, yeah, when people start to understand how the data works, they'll know. So, look, I'm going to leave it at that. You know, thank you for coming into the Discord. And, yeah, I mean, fuck me, you got balls for doing that, to be fair, regardless of the situation. Yeah.
Oh, that's to prove, like, to defend my name, you know.
Well, I mean, you had no choice, did you? I mean, like, you had no choice in this situation.
No, I would do people I come at people that call me out for hacking, because I don't.
I mean,
Like I said, I can literally show my whole fucking PC to someone to prove
yeah.
that I'm not hacking. Like, I don't mind
Yeah.
showing anything.
yeah.
And like I said, hence the reason why my stats are higher. Because before, like in the earlier days, I used to play with Fame, and he's on Portuguese lobbies, which are literally way more boy than UK lobbies. And that's since I started playing more TV2s, I started playing like UK lobbies. My weekly stats are a bit lower than they used to be, but yeah. That's hence the reason why my stats were higher.
Oh. Anyway, right. So, anyway, appreciate you coming in, and thank you for your time, man. I do need to shoot. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
That's all good.